And not only is a good boxing coach, he's a good mentor in life, He's teaching me how to mature as a person and how to just live my life, you know what I mean? Not only from the boxing, outside of boxing, so that's what I like about him. Of course, it's this game's sink or swim, man. And I think the perfect person for mentality for me growing up was Floyd Mayweather. So everybody knows me as a beautiful boxer, hit and not get hit. And I'm still going to show that. I'm going to still keep that star. But the mental stage is to go, all right, then, I'm going to put it on this kid and hurt him now. And that's what Joby, that's what Sugar, that's what my dad are all drilling into me now. Change that mindset from a beautiful boxer to a boxer that can hit. And that's what I'm going to do.
October Red Boxing here with debutant Ben Whittaker. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm not too bad. A bit windy, but it's good, man. Different scenery to Birmingham, innit? Know what I mean?
Just slightly. I want to go back to your training. Obviously, it's your debut this weekend. We're all looking forward to it. A lot of us are standing behind you, excited for you to get out there and show us what you got. But I want to go into your training. There was something that we touched on the first time we spoke, and you said you needed a coach that was going to teach you. You were going around looking for somebody to teach you. You put up a video on IG where you and your coach, Sugar, were doing like a pressure, the jab. Talk to me about that because I like that video a lot.
You know what? He's real good, Sugar. He breaks things down every single day. And I've been to a lot of gyms. Everything's fast, everything's fitness. But he knows I'm a fit person. I'm an athlete. I live the life. So his job is just to get me tactically and mentally the best. And not only is a good boxing coach, he's a good mentor in life, He's teaching me how to mature as a person and how to just live my life, you know what I mean? Not only from the boxing, outside of boxing, so that's what I like about him.
And how important is that for somebody of your caliber? You're an Olympian. You haven't just like come from the white collar scene, or maybe got to a certain level in amateur and didn't get through to the Olympics. You've got a very good pedigree. So talk to me about still having to learn, still having to think, okay, life, like you said, it's not just even about boxing, it's about life.
Yeah, well, on the boxing, sometimes it makes you feel like a novice, do you know what I mean? Like, you throw the jab and it's not right. You're like, well, I've been throwing this jab all my life, but that's why I brought someone like that on, because I could have easily just gone into a gym where everyone's just happy with what I'm doing and I'm not learning, where I'm progressing each and every day and I'm learning new things about my style. And me as a person, I'll still be the same Ben Whittaker, talk what I need to talk and be flash and arrogant, but he's teaching me sometimes there's a bigger situation than that, and everyone knows how good my ability is. There's no need to keep talking. So, like I said, this fight, I don't really need to talk too much this week. I'll show it Saturday.
And that's what I like to hear. And you mentioned something there about being arrogant. Arrogant is a word that I'd use to describe you. I'd say confident in your ability. There's a fine line, but that confidence, how important is it to have that mindset going into fights?
Of course, it's this game's sink or swim, man. And I think the perfect person for mentality for me growing up was Floyd Mayweather. People didn't like how the way he used to talk, but he kept saying that till he believed it. And then when he believed it, no one could beat him. And I believe this game, cut the physical, cut the skill out the way. Half of it's mental. And if you've got the right mindset, you'll always overcome anything.
And how has Sugar and your team helped develop that? It's important. This Saturday is really important. Okay, it's the beginning of your career, but I guess the fights that happen, the early stages, and then the fights that happen in the latter stages are the important fights. So how have your team contributed towards this debut?
I keep, yeah, there's a lot to it. Like I said, the most thing is mental, the mental side of the sport. So everybody knows me as a beautiful boxer, hit and not get hit, and I'm still going to show that. I'm going to still keep that star. But the mental stage is to go, all right, then, I'm going to put it on this kid and hurt him now. And that's what Joby, that's what Sugar, that's what my dad are all drilling into me now. Change that mindset from a beautiful boxer to a boxer that can hit, and that's what I'm going to do.
How is it then? How would you say it's difficult, easy, hard? Is it to have that mindset where you like, sort of like a transition or I don't know, one for a better word, a development? You go from that beautiful boxer, the slick mover, to someone that's going to literally come forward and be aggressive like you were in that video?
Yeah, I think it's, for me anyway, it's how I wake up on the day, man. Sometimes I'm like, I can't be bothered, but you got to tune in, man. You just got to tune in. And like I said, if you've got someone like Sugar, keep saying that in your corner. If you've got Joby, keep saying that in your corner. If you're around that 24/7, eventually your whole mindset is going to mold into that. You know what I mean?
Something that we're looking forward to, the coaches, are you, and I can't really ask you to predict the future, but we see a lot of fighters that start out with a team. You were one of these. I'd say it's quite intelligent in your approach. We spoke off camera. You're quite methodical and you wanted to make sure everything is right. Do you believe that this first fight is going to be a testament to say, you know what? I'm happy with my team. We're running. We're going to go forward. All the rest of my fights are going to be with these guys.
Yeah, of course. I'm not a person who likes to go all over the place. And like I said, I took my time for a reason. I got a good lawyer, good management, promoter, coaches. And I'm happy that I kept people like Joby still around because he knows me since young. And talking on the coaches, I got to go back to my old coach because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I am now. So people like Steve O'Rourke, Farouz, everyone who's helped me on the way, they've got me here now. And it's nothing bad that I've got stepped on, but I just believe I just had to step that step above. And now I've got someone like a Sugar who's been there, done it, been in these world title fights with 90,000, 95,000 fans. Nothing will faze him. So I'm in a good place, man. I'm in a good place.
Well, we are behind you, and I'm going to ask you, with your confidence, how do you see this fight going? Your opponent, have you studied anything about him? What type of boxer are you? Because we know about your movements, but what are your thoughts? And how do you prepare for opponents?
Yeah, it's one of them. When I was an amateur, sometimes you turn up on the day, find out who you're fighting on the day, and have to fight. So there was never any time to just adjust. I made them adjust to me. And I don't really know too much on my opponent right now, but I know he's the good thing about my opponent, he'll come for it. If obviously I'm not gonna lose, that can't happen. But if I did have a weird off day, anything could happen. And he's been in there with the likes of a Felix Cash and Anthony Agogo. So decent level kids. He obviously lost, but he's been in there with them. And he's different than your usual journeyman who's just gonna tuck up and he's gonna come swinging. And that's how they get hurt in my eyes. And all I gotta do there is go out there and comply myself the right way, and I should get him out there.
So how does it feel then to finally have the debut? It's, you know, we've seen the practice, we saw the Olympics, we saw you come out of that, we saw you traveling, going from promoter to promoter. Oh, who's he going to sign with? You know, you were with 258, you got your team solid. How does it feel now to be like 2 days away for you lace up them gloves for your first pro bout?
Yeah, it don't feel real if I'm honest. This just feels like a blur just for the simple fact. All the talking, all the lead up, then a cancellation, all the lead up to I just want to get it done now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm excited a little bit, but not excited because I've been fighting since a kid, so it's just another day. But like you said, the debut is something different. It's first one as a professional, and if I do it right, it's something to look back on like, all right, this was the start of a good journey.
Well, we are really excited for you. I know you are in demand. I had to pinch you from someone else. So listen, all the best with your debut. I'll see you at the weigh-in. I'll take some pictures. You know what I'm like. But October Red Boxing with debutant, soon to be 1-0, Ben Whittaker.
I just want to shout out everybody in the Midlands especially, just for getting behind me, and the rest of the UK. Like I said, if I do things properly Saturday, you got a star on your hands.
We love it. Thank you so much.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.